All right, hello and welcome to the latest edition of Into the Other Side Paranormal Talk Radio. I'm David Woolever.
I'm Jason.
And we are back for the second time in 1 week. That ought to hold folks over for a little bit, I would think. Second time in 1 week, we are back with the weirdly, oddly, I don't know how many times we've actually done a Friday the 13th special. But we're back with another Friday the 13th special.
Yeah, there's another Friday the 13th next month.
And in November. We can at least have 3 for another year. So, before we get started, as always, do we have anything, Facebooks, Twitters, anything odd of that nature?
Let's see here. Devin Sagliani and Tess Henley followed us on Twitter.
And welcome.
Nothing on Facebook.
It saddens me that no one's ever on Facebook.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, to recap of things before we get into the actual show here, get that out of the way here so it quits dragging on things. As we said before, we are finally getting back out into the field and investigating coming this weekend, which is going to be pretty freaking sweet, I think. It's a different location. It's a location nobody really knows about except us.
True.
We can't really reveal the location unless the people involved and the people who own the place actually give us the green light to say what's going on. I'm not going to assume anything. So basically this is going to just remain an undisclosed hospital somewhere around Ohio.
Yes. Somewhere in the general vicinity of Ohio.
Yes.
State.
Other than that, we go this Sunday, and we are going to be there basically from 4 in the afternoon to probably 3 or 4 in the morning.
Well, you guys will. I don't get off till 7:30, so.
Oh. Well, he'll be there from around 9 till 3 or 4 in the morning.
Should be a interesting time.
Yep.
Freezing balls and all.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think the last forecast that I saw had a high of 11
and a low of 1.
Yep. And if the wind's blowing,
but it's relatively in a little pocket where there's surrounding buildings, so maybe it'll keep some of the wind off at least.
But if the air hits the surrounding buildings and gets in the pocket,
but we don't believe in that though. I don't believe in wind getting in my pockets.
Well, I think the last time we were there, it wasn't. Well, it also wasn't the dead of winter the last time we were there, but it was later in the fall, I think.
If it's not as cold as Post Town was that January, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah. That was one of the times that we went on an investigation with another group, which didn't turn out all the best in the world. But we won't talk about that. Yeah. But yeah, Post Town was literally, I think the outside temperature might have been like 15.
I think it was cooler than that.
Probably.
Man.
And that was really back when the only portion of the school that was actually heated was where Daryl lives in the school.
I seriously think I saw a polar bear that day, to be honest
probably.
with you. I saw somebody riding a tauntaun.
Yeah. Well, I remember licking my lips and having icicles on my mustache. Yeah. That's how cold it was in the building. It was absolutely horrible, but it was still kind of, we had fun. Just chatting amongst ourselves.
But, I mean, we're the idiots who walk the cemetery in a snowstorm, so...
Not a snowstorm, a blizzard.
So, I mean...
The next day, I think, was a level 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was stupid. We've had a lot of stupid ideas, but hey.
Yeah, then it's not the end of it.
Whatever works. Yeah. But yeah, this Sunday, and then, of course, next month on the 8th.
Sunday.
Also on a
Paranormal
Sunday.
Extravaganza.
Also on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And also confirmed to be on Daylight Savings Day.
Why?
Because...
Are we... Wait a minute, Daylight Savings. So it's springing forward.
Yeah.
So we're going to lose an hour.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Does that reflect in our pricing at all? Like,
No.
Are they like, hey, we know you're losing an hour, so here's $1.
No. But the way that I went about it, we'd still got the buy one get one deal.
Oh, did we really?
Yes. So we're gonna have to go back and do something else. I don't know what all the ins and outs are. I'm gonna have to email them and ask what we can do on our free night. Like if we bring other people, will they have to pay?
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm not sure about that. I would think since it's free, they might waive that, but you never know. So yeah, we're excited to kick off the Time Society. Gonna be a good thing. Got a lot of cool ideas happening and cool things prepared for this weekend. Just kind of have to
Cool
storyboard, yeah. Kind of storyboard things out and figure out the process we're gonna take for filming all the segments, and then we'll get it out there as soon as we can once we're done with it. Anyway, on to the subject matter of the evening. And I think I'm going to let you go first again.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let's go with...
And don't forget, if you're on Spreaker listening, to chat in on the little chatty thing. I think if you're listening just on the page, if you write a comment in on the actual show page, it pops up for us to read and interact with. So, do that, tweet us, email us, Facebook us, whatever you need to do. And now, Jason.
All right. This is from Mental Floss. 13 reasons people think the number 13 is unlucky. All right, what is this? The fear of the number 13 is triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekaphobia.
I'm just throwing it out there. All right, number one reason why people think the number 13 is unlucky. There were 13 people at the Last Supper. It's said that Judas, the one who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th man to take place at the table. Number two, similarly, there's a Norse legend that has 12 gods sitting down at a banquet when the 13th uninvited god Loki shows up. Loki killed one of the other gods, which led to the events that eventually resulted in Ragnarok, the death of a bunch of gods, a slew of natural disasters, and the eradication of everything on Earth, save for 2 human survivors.
Jeez.
Alright.
Silly Loki.
Number 3. Many Christians also believe that the Cain and Abel debacle took place on that date. Number 4. Traditionally, there used to be 13 steps leading up to the gallows. There is also a legend that a hangman's noose traditionally contained 13 turns, but it's actually more like 8. Number 5. Apollo 13 is the only unsuccessful moon mission.
That we know of.
That's stretching it.
Yeah.
Number 6. There was a mass arrest and execution of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13th, 1307.
I remember watching something about that on the History Channel.
Mm-hmm. It was all like over money.
Yes.
Number 7. According to Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob SquarePants, there are 13 dirty words.
Which I've yet to be able to figure out. I tried to sit and count in my head one day.
Mm-hmm.
Like after I heard that happened on the show. Because, Mara likes to watch SpongeBob.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't think of any past, like 7 or 8.
I might be able to get 13. Let's try. You want to try?
No, all right.
Okay. Number 8. It was once believed that a coven was made up of exactly 13 members. Number 9, there's an old superstition that says if you have 13 letters in your name, you're bound to have the devil's luck.
I think mine does.
I've got 10.
Pretty sure mine does. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before.
Yeah, yours does, and Jenny's. I remember Jenny's did.
It did. She was freed.
Oh, that's right. She got murdered.
Yep.
Wasn't
there someone else? There was somebody else.
I don't know.
I'll have to go back and listen to the show. I know there's somebody else. I can't be alone.
Number 10. Kids officially become teenagers at the age of 13, and as we all know, that's a scary phase. And this pop-up. Get off my computer, stupid anti-malware. I know you need Okay. Number 11. In numerology, the number 12 is considered to be the representation of perfection and completion.
And so 13 is?
It screws everything up.
Oh, okay.
I guess. Number 12. I'm not sure if it's worth noting, but the two of these presidents were shot, one fatally, of course, but I'll mention it anyways. I guess I should have read the whole thing. In the late 1800s, there was a group called the 13 Club. Their purpose was to debunk the legend that seating 13 people at a table would result in the death of one of them in the year to follow. They met on the 13th of the month and had a dinner, 13 people to a table. And to make matters worse, they purposely spilled salt on the table without throwing it over their shoulders. The horror. They also fined members who showed up late 13 cents. And of course, members of the club included U.S. Presidents Benjamin Harrison, Grover Cleveland, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, and Chester A. Arthur. And that's where the whole two of these presidents were shot. And if you're keeping track, Chester A. Arthur only became president because he was vice president when Garfield was assassinated.
Ooh.
And number 13. Friday, October 13th, 1972 was a bad day in the history of aviation. That's the day that Uruguayan? All right, Uruguay. Yeah, okay. Air Force Flight 571 infamously crashed into the Andes, killing 29 people. On the exact same day, 174 people were killed when a Soviet Aeroflot crashed in a lake about a kilometer from the runway.
But I thought it floated.
No, I guess not. Oh, man, that is your 13. Dude, that's it.
Okay. I have here, it is from International Business Times. Never heard of it until today, but now it's here. Friday the 13th, History, Origins, Myths, and Superstitions of the Unlucky Day. And a nice little black cat here staring through a chain link fence. Of course. Watch out. Like it says. It's got an exclamation mark. Oh. I had to do that. Today is Friday the 13th, known by many as the unluckiest day of the year. While many will laugh off the superstitious day, others will remain in bed paralyzed by fear and avoid daily tasks, conducting business, or traveling.
I don't personally know anybody who, is crippled by fear with Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. I'd love to meet someone like that, though.
Half the time I'll go the whole day without realizing it. And, at the end of the day, I was like, oh, it was Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Well, this is the first year on Friday the 13th that I have, on Fridays, generally, I have nothing to do anymore. So I sit and wait for Mar to come home. So today I had time to think about it. But nothing bad happened for once. Because usually when I think about it real hard, things tend to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see here. In the U.S., an estimated 17 to 21 million people suffer from a fear of Friday the 13th. That's a lot.
17 to 21 million?
Yeah.
I think those figures have got to be BS.
Well, how many million do we have in this country?
At least 2 or 3. I don't know. I'm not a numerologist.
I think that's a small number compared to that.
Yeah, but still, that's still a big number.
But percentage-wise, I don't think it would be.
I'm going to Google it. How many people are married? You keep reading.
I'm going to keep on going. Where did I stop? Oh, fear of Friday the 13th. According to a study by the North Carolina Stress Management Center and Phobia Institute. Now, that's legit right there. The phobia known as... Okay. Give me a minute here.
I already said it once.
Nope. Different. Frigga.
Frigga.
Oh my god. Frigatriscadecaphobia.
That's what I said, wasn't it?